Okay, coming up, there's a guy named Harry Potter. It's his real name, Harry Potter.
Oh.
We talked about Harry Potter a little earlier. Tomorrow, we will do our reviews of the movie. But his real name's Harry Potter. I'll tell you the story, but do we have any listeners out there that's got the real name of somebody else? And it
Nice.
just makes life difficult? Because your name is Bill Gates.
Oh. Yeah.
Bill Gates. Tom Hanks.
Your name is Michael Jordan.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you're not?
that's-
And you're like, I'd like to get a reservation for 2 from Michael Jordan. Really? And you get a table every time? If so, call us. We would love to talk to you. 877-77-BOBBY. Because I do want to tell you the story about this guy named Harry Potter. And then I want to take your calls as well. That next. This guy's got 3 kids. He says he spent the last 25 years trying to convince people that his real name is Harry Potter. The 33-year-old was born and named 9 years before the first Harry Potter book was published.
Wow.
And that stinks. If he's like 22, you blame the parents for naming him Harry Potter. But he was born before. What are the odds that the biggest literary sensation of our lifetime, basically, has the main character and that's your name? I mean, he's picked on so much in school. Oh, man. He's been disciplined in football games, called a liar by his future wife when they first met. He says his famous name has its upside. When he was 12, he was invited on the Big Breakfast television show when Harry Potter was first released.
Oh.
And do you embrace that? Like, do you start wearing those little round glasses? So if you have a famous name, we'd love to talk to you. We do have, okay, I don't know how true this is.
See, this is
what
what
Harry
he goes through.
I know.
Okay, so who is it?
Amy, but when I tell you, you're going to say exactly what I said. They're from Oklahoma. Their name is Abraham Lincoln.
No.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Why not?
Hey,
Yeah.
Abraham.
Mr. Lincoln.
Yeah.
Is your name really Abraham Lincoln?
Oh, brother, I swear on it.
What do your friends call you?
So most of them call me Abe. I've been called AB Baby. I've been called the Prez. I mean, whatever you can associate Abraham Lincoln with.
Why did your parents name you Abraham Lincoln? Was it because of their affinity of our 16th president, or they just liked the name Abraham and you had the last name? I'm struggling here.
Well, like, to be brutally honest, we are Native American, so when they made us change our names, a lot of people picked popular names, and so back then celebrities were president. So a lot of tribe members picked, Lincoln, Washington, Benjamin, Franklin, a lot of those popular names like that. So my family inherited the name Lincoln, and then that's what my uncle was named, and then my mom had me and named me Abraham Lincoln after him. So,
did you have any other Abrahams in the family? Are you Abraham Lincoln the first? Or
Is it his uncle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But was your uncle was Abraham as well?
Yeah, my uncle was named Abraham Lincoln.
Are you a
as well.
second if that's the case? Like if it's your uncle, are you?
I mean, if I'm named after my uncle, yeah. But I mean, I'm my mom's first. I'm my mom's youngest kid, so I'm her first Abraham Lincoln. If that makes
But just in general, if your uncle has your name, are you a second, or is that only your dad?
I think it's just your dad.
Or maybe your grandfather. I think maybe the grandfather could drop that down too. Anyway, Abraham Lincoln's a cool name. I'm not gonna lie. But
I believe him too.
I bet you everybody goes, that's not your name. Like your whole life, right? Right, honest, Abe?
Dude, growing up, I played sports, basketball, baseball, track and field. And, like, everywhere we went, other than my hometown, like, every other time we would go, like, basketball games and stuff, you would literally hear a chuckle before they said my name. And then they would kind of laugh about it. And then they're like, oh, yeah, it's Abraham Lincoln. And then, like, every time I get pulled over, which used to be quite a bit, like, the cop would be like, I need your real ID. I'm like, dude, that is my real ID.
It's like McLovin.
I need some other form. So I'd pull like a debit card out, or I'd pull up. I had my passport ID. I'd hand them that, and they're like, "Okay, yeah, this is legit." Oh yeah.
Do you have a beard, or do you ever wear a top hat?
Don't wear a top hat. Always rock a Yankees hat. Can't grow a beard because I'm Indian, but that's about it.
Well, give it up for Abraham Lincoln,
Yeah.
everybody.
Wow.
That's the best name.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best name.
Pretty
All right.
cool.
Well, hey, thank you, Mr. Lincoln.
Hey, no problem, guys. I appreciate it, and I'm always listening in the morning.
All right, buddy. See you later. That one's funny. That may
Yeah.
be the funniest one we could ever get. Michael Jordan is on the phone.
Oh, yes. Is it Michael B. Jordan?
I don't know. I think it's just Michael Jordan.
Okay.
I think this is the real one. Hey, Michael Jordan.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
How tough is it to... I'm doing good, thank you. How tough is it to live a life named Michael Jordan?
Well, it's pretty funny, actually. I can't go anywhere without anybody laughing at it at the first glance.
Do people ever, when you call ahead, think that maybe you're the real Michael Jordan?
Not anymore. It used to be the case. There were two occasions where it was kind of funny. Actually, one was very annoying. back when he was doing AAA ball. I'm down here in Tampa, so he was over in Clearwater with AAA Sox team. And my name was published in the phone book, and I kept getting calls at like 3, 4 in the morning. And it's people thinking it's actually Michael Jordan's number. I'm like, you think he'd really publish his name?
The phone book.
So that was quite annoying. So I pulled my name out of the phone book at that point. And then another time, I actually had a cruise line asked that I write a letter of recommendation for him and sign it Michael Jordan, and they were going to give me a free cruise. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so on that.
I don't know.
You should have done that.
I'd be signing autographs like crazy.
Sneaky.
And then prove it wasn't me. That's me. Michael Jordan signed it.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome. Any question for Michael Jordan, guys, in Florida? Do you ever wear a Michael Jordan jersey? Like, do you own any number 23 jerseys?
No, just the shoes. I play basketball in the shoes all the time.
And is anyone like, MJ for 3? Like, is that a constant joke when you're playing ball?
Well, I'm in sales, so anytime I sell something, they seem to post that on the board all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, thank you for that call. Appreciate that.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Other shows may get big guests, but we just got Abraham Lincoln and Michael Jordan
That's
in the same
right.
segment. That's a big deal. Yesterday, I had Dina Carter over at the house. She's going to be doing...
Really? The real Dina
The
Carter?
real Dina Carter,
Okay.
yeah. She's going to be on the Bobbycast on Friday, but she came over and they're announcing that they're putting out a 25th anniversary of her record, Did I Shave My Legs for This, which has Strawberry Wine on it.
Awesome.
But they're putting out a version with Dina, Martina McBride, Lauren Elena, Ashley McBride, Kylie Morgan, and Vince Gill on guitar. So they're kind of redoing that song with all those people. And then Did I Shave My Legs for This has Terry Clark, Sarah Evans, Ashley McBride, Vince Gill on guitar. So the record comes out November 5th, I believe, and those songs will come out before that. But I mention all that because sometimes I just look for a reason to play a song.
Ooh, are we going to play it?
We are.
Yes.
We're gonna
Yes.
play it. I don't have the new version yet. That will be out soon. But the 25th anniversary of Did I Shave My Legs for This will be released November 5th, 2021 with Strawberry Wine and Did I Shave My Legs for This with a bunch of really cool people on it. But here is the OG version. From 95? Yeah, that would be right, huh? 96? Okay, here you go. Strawberry Wine. 7777 Bobby. Mike D will tell us how good Jimmy Allen did last night on Dancing with the Stars. I watched it too, but Mike watched the entire episode.
Oh,
Or the
wow.
yeah, all 100 of them. I'm not even sure how many start on episode 1. But we'll talk about that for a second. And I finished a really cool documentary series on Amazon Prime that I'll share with you. So we got a lot to do. And the streaker on the Today Show. Did you guys see that?
No. Should we Google it?
I'll play you the clip in a second. Nothing makes me laugh harder than streaker. I shouldn't laugh as hard as I do when someone comes running butt naked, but there's just something funny about it. On the Today Show, I'll play you that. All that next. The Today Show got pranked by a streaker. I think streakers are hilarious. Don't do it. Because if there are kids around, it's a whole new ball game. And that's a bad ball game.
Oh, yeah.
And
you're
you will get in
going
a lot
down.
of trouble. Yeah. If throwing kids are, I always appreciate a streaker and a thong because I just like the laughter of it. And the thong, a guy's in a thong, nothing gets seen. The jigglies don't get seen.
He's covered.
Yeah. Like that I'm okay with. But imagine this. They're sitting at the desk. There's 3 of them. You have to have that big window behind them.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Like running behind them, this butt-naked dude just goes right by the back of the window on TV. We're all laughing. We're all smiling. Why is naked still funny? We're adults. The Today Show got pranked by a streaker on Monday. The show abruptly cut to commercials after a streaker ran past the Midtown studio where Hoda, Savannah, and Craig Melvin were live on the air. Oh, there was a naked runner. Here's a clip here.
Oh, there's almost naked runner.
Yeah.
Just had something brand new from Hoda Kotb.
Wait, there he goes.
A new podcast.
Where are your clothes?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What is happening? Oh my gosh. Hoda.
Dignity.
Commercial.
It wasn't even like, we're going to go to commercial. Boom. Dignity. That's the first word that happens in the commercial. Last night was the first episode of Dancing with the Stars. Not that we're going to spend a lot of time on it. I'll be honest with you, I only watched Jimmy Allen. I watched a clip this morning, didn't watch it last night. I was watching a football game, we were eating dinner, so I did not get to watch it until this morning. And I thought Jimmy did fine. I thought they judged him a little lower than, would they give him a 22?
Yeah, he got a 22 out of 40.
I thought they judged him a little low, but I thought he did fine. There were moments where you could tell he really has rhythm, but that ballroom stuff, it's a different level if you've had no dance training at all. So was he in the bottom-ish?
He was like bottom 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was.
Only the guy from Cobra Kai scored lower.
Dang, I didn't know that. He didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve to be that low. The Cobra Kai guy, who I like from that show, they always put an old guy on there that can't go more than a few weeks anyway.
He's the old guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
And I think even he knows he can't win
Dang.
it. And I like him. And he lives in town. Hopefully he comes and does the show once it gets kicked off. I didn't know Jimmy was bottom 2.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Or once he wins.
He ain't going to win.
Okay, I'm just,
Yeah.
you
He
know.
ain't going to win.
Okay.
Who is the best?
I would say probably JoJo.
And she's a trained dancer.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
Amanda Klutz was really good.
Trained dancer.
And then the gymnast, Suni Lee, was really good.
Trained
too.
dancer.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's what you have. I told you guys I talked to Amanda Klutz about going on the show.
Mm-mm.
You did.
Yeah.
You talked about it here?
I don't know where I talk about stuff.
Oh, weird.
But Amanda Klutz is one of the people on that show, The Talk, that I guest hosted for a few days. And so she pulled me aside and said, I'm thinking about doing Dancing with the Stars. She's the blonde woman whose husband died of COVID. He was a Broadway guy. And then she's on that show, and I was like, hey, do it. It's so much work. And she goes, well, I'm trained, because she was a rockette. She goes, but I've never done ballroom. And I was like, you have such an advantage if you've had any training at all. Sometimes people will get on there and go, well, they've only had hip-hop training. Any training is great, because I got on that show and they were like, okay, do you know an 8 count? And I was like, I know how to count to 8. I don't know what an 8 count is. So, but they should be good. A lot of big dancers, but it's almost impossible to beat the people from The Bachelor just because of their fan base. I won, and the next 2 people that won were Bachelorette people. Like Caitlin Bristow won, and who's the other one?
Alabama Hannah.
Alabama Hannah won. And they both had dance experience, too.
Yeah.
It's a tough show to win with no dance experience. Unless you just have an army called the B team.
Yeah.
Other than that, good luck. But what else did you see, Mike? Anything of note?
Brian Austin Green and Sharna were really good too.
He's had dance experience
Yeah.
too, and they're dancing together. And I bet you they want to rip each other's throats out sometimes.
Ooh. Yeah. What do you think this will do?
But I think it'll probably end up being great for them.
Okay.
But I can imagine you're just together training all the time that you do get into situations where you don't agree on stuff, or I don't want to keep practicing right now, or I want to go eat. But then add that to you have to go home together. Because Chuck Wicks and Julianne Hough did that. And he was like, it's tough. Because you love them, but you're having to have them boss you around for hours a day. And then you have to go home.
Yeah, I wonder if they just stay apart.
No, they don't. Nah, I don't think so.
I mean, come on. That's a lot of time together.
It's a lot of time. And I hope they do well. But I'm pulling for Jimmy and
Emma.
Yeah, who their partners are. Let's see. What else do I have here? What else did I teach? Oh, the documentary I watched. I finished the LuLaRoe documentary.
LuLaRoe?
Whatever it's called.
Yeah.
where they sell the sweats and the skirts, and it's the pyramid scheme.
Skirts and leggings.
Watched all 4 episodes.
Did you watch the documentary, bud?
He did.
You're messing everything up.
Well, I mean, this is how guys talk.
Got
Guys
it.
like, yeah, it's sweatpants. I'm like, well, technically leggings, but yeah.
Listen, they saw people coming. They made billions of dollars. And it went from what they call a multi-level marketing scheme to a pyramid scheme, in my opinion, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And people just got screwed out of a bunch of money.
Quick.
They bought all, even to get in, you had to spend thousands just to buy, the boxes of pants to sell.
And you didn't even know what you were going to get.
They just sent them to you.
I was like, oh, they set this up so perfectly. They're like, just put things in a box. It's going to be like a surprise when you open it up.
At one point, a girl goes, that's when I realized I was in a cult. They were doing all these things together, these events, they were making more from their bonus checks, from not selling things, but from signing people up.
Recruiting.
They were making like hundreds of thousands of dollars every few months.
Wow.
Because every person that would sign on, that was another $5,000. And they were having like hundreds of people sign up a day.
So they're not around anymore?
They are.
They
Oh,
are.
they're still
Yes.
around?
And the 2 founders, the husband and wife.
They're in the documentary.
Yeah,
Wow.
and they're basically oblivious to or they're in
I don't
denial.
think they're oblivious.
Well, I'm not saying they're acting oblivious. They'll be like, so what do you have to say about this, this, and this? And they'll be like, well, we don't know what you're talking about. That's just not the culture we have at all.
It is wild.
Wild.
It's only 4 episodes. They're 45 minutes each. The LuLaRoe, that's what it's called?
LuLaRoe. It's named
I
after
never even heard of it.
It's the Lu, the La, and the Roe are the part of the names of each of their grandchildren.
But did you ever hear of that company?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, because they blew up online, like socials. You would see people posting about it. Yes, I knew it was a thing. I never got
you sell
into
it?
it.
Were you a salesperson?
No, but this reminded me of something I haven't thought of in years. I got one. I mean, this is different. This is a different type of company. I'm not accusing anybody of being at this level, but this is a MLM.
Careful.
And yeah, I don't think it's bad.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so it was before I joined the radio shows in sales. I did Granite, and I was like showing this customer around, and somehow she sold me, and she got me to buy Mary Kay from her to be another salesperson under her. But I didn't want to sell it. But she was just so good at it, and I didn't want to tell her no. I wasn't as confident at 23 years old. I didn't want to sell it. That I ended up spending money to buy all this inventory that I never sold. I think my mom ended up buying a few things for me because she felt bad for me. And Mary Kay just basically lived underneath my bed. I didn't want to host any parties. I didn't want to do anything. But I was a part of I was recruited. I mean, Mary Kay is very different than LuLaRoe, but it is an MLM. And I spent money to buy my makeup that I never sold simply because I was too much of a chicken to tell a stranger, I don't want to join your Mary Kay club.
You didn't get that pink limo or whatever that's called?
No, pink Cadillac? No, because I wouldn't have been good at it. Like I wasn't.
How do you get a pink Cadillac?
My neighbor growing up had one.
Because she sold so much Mary Kay?
Yeah, she recruited my mom. But my mom never sold any. I think my mom, growing up, we had the pink closet. And it was all the makeup, and we could just go in there and pick out whatever we wanted because my mom wasn't very good at selling it to people. So my sister and I'd be like, grab something from the pink closet.
I'd get one of those pink Cadillacs and paint it immediately if I had enough.
No, but I think when you get it, you're proud of it because it means you've recruited and sold like a lot of things, and it's a thing.
Qualifying for a pink Cadillac involves purchasing $102,000 worth of Mary Kay goods per calendar year. And maintaining that qualification requires the team to continually purchase at least $50,000 per quarter of Mary Kay products. I don't know. Sometimes I see those pink Cadillacs and I go, who would get a Cadillac painted that color?
Oh,
And
you've seen them?
Oh, I've seen a couple of them just driving
Really?
around. Yeah. I'm like, ooh, bubble gum. Oh, that must be Mary Kay. Because it looks like the color of bubble gum.
They would get watches and rings.
This
and
LuLaRoe documentary.
It's crazy.
It is beep crazy. These people are, and I feel bad for some of the women.
Oh no, it's awful. The women at the bottom.
Yes.
Well, and the women that were at the top that didn't realize what they were mixed up in, and then they realized and they tried to get out. I mean, it ruined their lives.
It's called Lula Rich on Amazon Prime. If you guys want to watch it.
Sounds good.
It also made me want to get in and make some money.
No.
It's
Oh,
only
what?
for-
What?
Yeah.
I watched and I told Kaylin, I said, this is something Ray would totally do.
Totally.
Ray, you know you'd be up in this.
Come on. I just texted my wife that was like, we got to watch this.
Ray's going to come
Ray's
in tomorrow.
recruiting us.
Hey, guys, you guys want some Mary Kay? So Mary Kay's just makeup?
Yeah, it's makeup, skincare.
They mentioned Amway in this thing, and I don't even know what Amway was. It looked like a coupon book or something.
I think is it Tupperware?
No,
Or it's lots of things.
Tupperware's Tupperware.
No, but I mean, I think, I don't know. I think it's cleaning product. I don't know. Amway's a lot of different things, but it's a sales pyramid.
It looks awesome though. They had these big parties, and they were like super broke. Like but then they hired Kelly Clarkson for like millions of dollars. They hired Katy Perry to come sing. It's cool.
Oh, but they weren't, when they hired Katy Perry, they weren't broke.
But when they hired Kelly Clarkson, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the event planner dude, he's just like the main lady's nephew, and he didn't even know what the heck he's doing. But they're like, no budget, so he hires Katy Perry.
Wow.
They're like, do whatever you want, no budget.
You know what was genius that they did though was when they got Mario Lopez, and they said he underpriced himself, like that he should have charged more. But they got Mario Lopez to come to this event with all these women that, of course, want to take a picture with the guy from Saved by the Bell. And then that's what blew them up on social to begin with, because everybody started posting online, and people are like, well, Mario Lopez and these women, what's this LuLaRoe? And then boom, took off.
I come in tomorrow wearing those pants.
Leggings.
They were ugly.
Yeah, they're pretty wild, and like nothing. Yeah.
The thing I kept saying is, how do people even buy these? They're just not.
Well, I really want y'all to watch the documentary, but also I just got to the part last night where it's hilarious, where the graphic designers, I guess the placement of certain things they didn't really think about. I think
like a bird's crawling into a girl's boop.
Yeah.
Like on the pants.
Or like a banana's coming out of the.
It's wild. Anyway, it's called Lula Rich. It's on Amazon Prime if you guys want to see it.